Hey guys, Julie Saillant, your intuitive healer for your life and business. How are you? Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Welcome, guys. I got all of your comments. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for your comments. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor and it's awesome to help you. And I'm thrilled to be doing this work for you because, as I always say, if some of my struggles, if I can help you not go through what I went through, it's all worth it. So welcome. This is for Master Life Path 11. Yes, that's myself and all you guys. And I'm doing 11 because you all are so amazing and you are more expressive than any of the other numbers, including the other master numbers. So thank you for that. I shouldn't be shocked. It's amazing. I love it. So if you're new here, we don't go by zodiac signs. We go by life path numbers. And very quickly, the way you get your life path number is through your birthday. So for example, mine is October. That's the 10th month. So you basically take up your birthday, your month, the day, and the year, you add up all the numbers, and then you bring it down to the lowest number possible. Okay, so 10 is October. So you add up 1 plus 0 equals 1. And then my birthday is 25. So 2 plus 5 is 7. And then if you took like 1983, right? That would be, you have the 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3, you get that number. And then those three numbers you add up and then bring that down to the lowest number. So the master number, life path 11, you're a master number because you have been reincarnated more than all the other numbers, which means that your tasks are probably much larger. You're definitely a teacher. You're an illuminator. That's what we're here to do. We're here to set the world on fire. We are masters of illumination. That's what we are. That's what we're called. And we are the most intuitive out of all the signs. You're probably very empathic, very spiritual. We are great healers, great writers, very creative, very optimistic. We are here to make the world a better place. And our shadows can be, sometimes we have very high expectations for ourselves and others, which can be a trap because a lot of times when that happens, we're not happy with how things go because we expect the world, right? We expect everything from us and we expect other people to give us their everything, but they don't always see things our way. So that can sometimes be a problem. So what we're doing here today is I'm going to offer up a reading first. This is what I usually do. I have tons of downloads. I'm a channeler. I'm also able to channel through God, Spirit, the universe, the Archangels. I'm also an animal communicator, so I can channel the animals as well. That's my horse, Zeus. You can't see his head. And I also pull, I'm not a tarot reader, but I do pull spirit cards, spirit animal cards, because they do guide us on your challenges. I will ask your ancestors to be present and I'll do a channeling for you as well. And then I got some amazing cards from the universe because I do speak with the moon, the planets, the fixed stars. So they gave me a bunch of cards. I got a bunch of cards here to go through and the animals were ever so gracious. Now, what's super interesting is I always will do the channel message first and I don't even really look at these cards. They fall on the floor. I pick them up. I look at them, but they always match. It's always awesome. So I get my confirmation. And somebody had requested that I talk about self-abandonment, anxiety, and depression. So that's what we're going to go over today. Hopefully this resonates with you. If it doesn't, it's a collective reading, right? Just know that it's okay. And hopefully the next one will. Okay, so give me 1 second here and we'll start. All right, guys, I'm back. It's like super hot here. I'm near the beach and it's like 85 degrees today. It's really late right now. It's 12:30 at night. But I'm a night person and I really wanted to get this out to you. So again, hopefully this will resonate for you. And it's really crazy. I don't know if this happens to any of you guys. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to, couple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. That really helps me. There's a donation button as well. If you want to donate to the channel, that'd be awesome. And it gives me just more time to do what I love to do. I also work with private clients. So if you would like a reading for yourself or for your animal, just let me know. And I'm happy to do that as well. And I actually do have a 4-week course coming up that's starting very shortly, and it's on finding your gifts. leveraging your gifts, meaning how to work with them, which not many people teach, and finding your soul's purpose, and we get you in alignment. So there will be homework. There is a lot to it. There will be affirmations that are custom to you. There will be channelings with light language, which is speaking in tongues, because I do that as well. And it's very healing from God and spirit. And I am super, super excited that you're here. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment, because I love reading all your comments, and I usually can get to everyone as much as I can. So first thing I'm going to do tonight is, let me just read a little something. I have many downloads that I've gotten over the last couple of years, and this is how I start off the reading. And what I got was basically very on point for you. And it said, figure out what you are and who you are. You have uneasiness about finding yourself. When the foundation is strong, nothing can harm it or take it down. This is without any other help or interference, meaning you and you alone are the foundation. And when you are strong and when you can see clearly, you'll make good decisions, right? And you'll step into all that I have prepared for you. Your divineness in totality is amazing. You have merged with your shadow self and you stopped running. This is what you're here to learn. This is a very big lesson for you that you need to learn in your own time. And this is so important. And I felt like this was speaking to me so strongly. And I wanted to get this out to you today, because when you talk about 11s, right? So we're empathic, we are intuitive, we are creative, we are motivators, inspirers, we are coaches. Whatever you do, you are the type of person who has divineness within them. You can walk into a room, you don't have to say anything, and people will recognize your power. Whether you recognize it or not, that's the question, right? Because for so long, I didn't. As if you know me and you've watched some of my videos, the whole reason that I do this, and I use myself as the guinea pig and the person that made all the mistakes and still makes mistakes, is because all the gifts that I have, I basically knew about them, but I put them on a shelf for a very long time. And I worked in the corporate world because I had to make a buck. And I thought, how can I make money with my gifts? At that time, we couldn't do that, right? I didn't feel like we could. And every day I went somewhere with a very good job on paper, making good money, working for a senior vice president in a really big place, the glass doors, the whole 9 yards. And I was on the top floor, you guys, and big glass. I mean, I had one of the biggest offices because my boss had her huge office. It's everything that you would probably think you'd want. But I was so unhappy. Why? Because I wasn't using my gifts. I'm betting you're the same way. Now, some of you may have found your gifts already and you're leveraging them. That's awesome. If you haven't found your gifts, don't worry. We can get to that, and we will. But what stops a lot of us is we self-sabotage, and we have anxiety, we have doubts, we have depression. We are very sensitive creatures. We also have abandonment issues, self-abandonment issues. This is very interesting because when the person that asked me about this in the comment was talking about self-abandonment, because I was thinking, wow, I have abandonment issues, and I had a great life growing up as a kid. It's just that I was moved around quite a few times, and that kind of made me very, every time I would be somewhere, I'd be there for like a year or just about a year, and then all of a sudden I have to move. So as a kid, I moved 6 times in 6 years, including overseas. So if you think different schools each time, I would go in, I'd be the new kid, I'd finally make friends, and then I'd have to leave. So I always felt like the rug was going to be pulled out under me. And this really morphed into my professional life, is that every time I would have a job, just about the year mark, I would start self-sabotaging. And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. So I spent decades in the corporate world. Now, I did pretty good. I've been in marketing, I've been in sales, I learned a lot, but there were really tough times because I knew that I was destined for something more. And I really wanted to use my gifts. And so when I was laid off at my last position, when I could have been safe, my boss actually wanted me to leave because they told me your uniqueness is not appreciated here. I would have been normally very upset by that, but this time I kind of was like, this is it. I have to start standing up for myself. If not now, when? I'm not getting any younger. And it's the best decision I've ever made. So I'm telling you this story to encourage you. If you're out there right now and things are not going for you as you would like them to, professionally or personally, especially since we've had this pandemic, which has changed our world so much in the last year and a half, I just want to encourage you that one, it's never too late. I speak with people all the time in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Is it too late for me? It's too late for me. I've made too many mistakes. I don't have the connections. I've alienated my family, or they've alienated me. I'm not even, I'm not secure financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. Uh, and I say, it's never too late for you. Like, it's never too late. I'm getting in close. It's never too late for you. Warren Buffett didn't start making money till he was in his 50s. Think about like Colonel Sanders and Walt Disney, how much they were told that they were like quacks and idiots and it's never going to fly. I truly believe that if you are ready for success, and I do believe in divine timing, then I do think that it will come for you in its own time. But you might say to yourself, but Julie, I really would have been so much younger, like 10 years ago. I thought I was going to be way successful, like way younger. Like I wrote down when I was 5 years old, I wanted to build an empire. Literally, I wrote that down. Very goal driven, right? Very, very goal driven. And I like nice things, but I like to work very, very hard. Like I am not a slacker. It's 12:45 right now and I'm working. But I also love to help, right? I love to help people. I love to help animals. So here's the thing. You can have what you want, but think of it this way. If you say to me, I really wish this happened 10 years ago or more than that, I would say to you that the divine would probably tell you you weren't ready. If I'd given you all this money or I'd given you all this responsibility, you probably couldn't have handled it. And it might have broken you worse. Like you made it, maybe it could turn you to drugs and alcohol or something like that. Or, you would just have it and then you'd lose it all, right? So you have to go through, your soul signed up to be here, and you have to go through these certain things and through these obstacles and through these hoops so that you can be more centered, because the goal is that nothing will rock your boat. Right now, that doesn't always happen. Let's be honest with each other. It doesn't. Today, I mean, I started writing down, like, how many times do you say no instead of yes? Like, that's a good question to ask yourself. Or how many times do you get frustrated? I get frustrated all the time. So I need to also work on this myself. It's not easy, but it's not that you can't do it. You just have to be focused on it. So let's take a deep breath in. I've already called in my team. I've got all my archangels around me. I'm just going to take a deep breath in. Let's focus on our heart. Let's set the intention that whatever I'm going to channel for you will resonate with you. So take a deep breath in. Focus on opening your heart. So take a deep breath in and let it out. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. Just call on my ancestors, please be with me now. I'd like to call on all of your ancestors. Please be with me now. Give me any messages for my Master Life Path 11s, my beautiful, beautiful souls, beautiful 11s. And I also need to call in Tonka, please be here with me now. Leo, please be here with me now. Lena, please be here with me now. Arctic, please be here with me now. Arctic, please be here with me now. Sanjay, please be here now. And always call in all my team. Okay. Self abandonment. They're telling me that you have abandoned yourself more than any other person or job could have ever done. In other words, you are speaking as you speak to yourself so harshly that you would never speak to anybody else the way you speak to yourself. That's what you're also doing in the department of abandonment. Now, some of you may have been abandoned entirely by your family, or at certain times in your life. I've had that as well. And I had wonderful parents, but they do make mistakes because they're humans, right? But you also can self-sabotage by self-abandoning at any time. If this is subconscious, if you think that things are not working in your favor. Okay. Now, again, this is subconscious a lot of the times. So it's not like you're sitting there and you're at a job and things are going good. And all of a sudden you go, you know what? I'm just going to like abandon this. I'm going to sacrifice myself. No, who does that? Nobody. But what happens is if you've created a path where this has happened before, and as an empath, as an 11, as somebody who's very sensitive to other people's energies, energies around you, energies in nature, energies in people, energies in animals. And you also probably get very hurt. You take things very personally. Things that most other people just roll right off them, you take it to heart. In other words, like what happened to me one time was my father, it was abandonment because it was something he wanted to teach me. But because I was so young, I took it into my heart and I took it as abandonment, and I actually held it for just until recently. So I held it since that was about when I was maybe 6 years old. That's decades that I held on to one. This is just one instance. And I didn't realize it was subconscious. I didn't see the pattern. I didn't connect the dots. And the ultimate way to let this go was to forgive him and forgive myself. Because a lot of people talk about forgiveness of others, but you also need to forgive yourself. Because if you have abandoned yourself, you probably feel, I can tell you what I felt, what I still feel, a great deal of shame around not being strong enough to choose yourself, and embarrassment. And why did I do that? And I'm an idiot. I had everything and I let someone go that I should have kept. I lost my opportunity, or I let this really great job go that could have flourished as something else. But again, I want to remind you that your soul did not choose that way, because you need to learn a lesson. It's not a failure. It's just a lesson. It happens. Life's happening to you. Okay. So what they're showing me, your ancestors are showing me, is that you have made a series of, or many, for many years, the subconscious choice to abandon yourself. You've given up on yourself. Now, this could be because people have told you that you're not smart enough, told you that you couldn't do it, told you that it wasn't possible, and you just believed them. You took it as gospel when it wasn't. It's just an opinion. You also, what's also coming up for me is that a lot of you, a lot of life path 11s are very people pleasers. I was this my whole life. I still struggle with this one. We hate to hurt anything. We always want to make things better. And if you're around strong, I have very strong people in my family, very strong opinions. People that could go from 0 to 100 in a millisecond. I'm the same exact way. My sister's the same exact way. And it wasn't drama filled. It's just how people express themselves, right? So if you're abandoning yourself and you've done this for a very long time, and you're only now putting the dots together, that you have self-abandoned, you've abandoned yourself, you've self-sabotaged, you may be thinking, holy shit, I really fucked this up on a lot of levels. When you get to that realization, here's what can happen. You feel, like I said, anxiety, frustration, fear about the future, because you screwed up so many times. You've really made it so that now maybe I can't get that next job, or maybe nobody will take me seriously because I screwed up so many times, and I screwed up relationships because of the professional part, or vice versa, or they go together, which leads to depression. I've suffered from depression for decades, and it's really difficult to understand that you have single-handedly screwed yourself on a lot of levels for a very long time. And more importantly, you did not connect the dots so that you could have corrected this sooner. Take a deep breath. I'm here to tell you that it's okay. And here's why. Again, divine timing is in effect. Your soul came here to learn lessons. You agreed to all these lessons and you signed up for this to be here right now to learn all these lessons, the way that you learned them, the way that they unfolded. Your challenge is to understand that you did the best you could with the information you had at the time. Now, even if you have not gotten incrementally better and better and better each year, even if you're having to start all over again, even if you had to declare bankruptcy, you're having to work 2 jobs, you're not doing what you want to do because you just are trying to make ends meet, it doesn't matter. Yes, you're saying, I know it does matter, but it doesn't matter in terms of what you need to do to move forward. To release, remember this very important thing, as I've said before, whatever you are carrying within you shines to the outside world. So if you are carrying this anxiety, fear, frustration, anger, any of this stuff, which you probably are, you are radiating this out into the world like a light bulb. Everybody's feeling this. And more importantly, the universe hears you and says, oh, okay, you're radiating fear, anxiety, and frustration. Let me give you some more of that, because that's just what the universe does. And then you sit there and go, I'm more depressed, I'm more anxious, I am more afraid, and I don't know how the hell I'm going to get myself out of this. And this is worse than it was last year. What do I do? Help me. Here's what you do. You've got to forgive yourself. You've got to forgive yourself. You've got to forgive the circumstances. You've got to forgive God or spirit or your higher self or the universe or any other being that you're working with that you think has wronged you. You have got to forgive those who have hurt you the most and forgive yourself for screwing things up. I had a real time with I had a real time forgiving other people until I literally had a meeting with God, because I'm very lucky and privileged that I've been able to do so for quite a few times, because I channel and I speak with God quite a bit, spirit, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. And I was praying at night, doing my usual prayer, and I said, please forgive those. And this is heavy. And I thought of one person that I really just was like, ugh. And he literally is in front of me and he goes, I can't forgive you until you forgive her. Now, this person, I'm not going to say who she is to me, but this person is a demon. I saw a demon come out of this person. If any of you guys have ever seen a demon come out of somebody, let me know in the comments, because I can tell you it's a real thing. Okay. Trust me on this one. And also I can tell you, if you've seen this, you will never forget it. Ever, ever. Bitch, this is not a joke. I saw this thing come out of her in a church, and she's supposed to be this churchly lady. It was all a facade. She stole so much money from my sister and I. She's just a very terrible human. And God said to me, I cannot forgive you until you forgive her and everyone else. And that was the one person I didn't want to forgive. And but what happened was, when I saw God's, literally what he would let me see of him, which is just so much brightness and so much illumination and so much beauty and love, just love, I forgave her right away. And that's what you have to do for yourself. You have to treat yourself kindly and with grace, and understand that you are a human. Yes, you're a divine being. Yes, you're limitless. And you're you can do anything. You can manifest anything, but you're still here as a human on planet Earth, and you make mistakes. And maybe you made a lot of mistakes. Hey, listen, honey, I've made so many mistakes, professionally, personally, professionally more than anything. I've just screwed myself in so many ways. I've taken jobs that were beneath me. I've worked in places that were hell on earth. I mean, it's just crazy. Self-sabotage, self-abandonment, to the point where I was just like, I just give up on myself because I'm never going to get there. That's how I felt. You wanted this amazing life and you saw yourself on a boat in Portofino with all this money and you're really rich and you're doing great things for the world. And here you are at what age? You don't have how much in the bank? You should be here, you should be way up here and you're there. You're so far down, comparing yourself to others all the time. Not good, not joyful, not happy, not grateful, just pissed off, sad, kind of playing the victim, and then getting depressed, right? And then all of that causes a ripple effect out into your life. And then you wonder why your life is not where you want it to be. You're not making the money you want. You're not with the person you want. You don't have the career you want. You don't have the job that you always wanted, or you don't have the job that you always wanted to just start. This is the why you abandon yourself. You don't feel worthy and you don't feel good enough. And you may not even love yourself. You may not even like yourself. That's a whole other thing I talked about before. You've got to start loving yourself. And even if you can't do it all at once, and you really won't, just take one thing and be like, maybe I like my hair. Maybe I am okay looking. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe I am kind of smart. Until you get to that point where you're like, I know what I'm good at. And this is not ego. I know I'm a good channeler because I do it all the time. I know I help people with the channeling that I get, and that God comes through me and the archangels come through me. I know that I am a good person, and I know that I do things that help others and help animals in amazing ways. Do I still have faults? Of course. I'm not perfect. Hell no. Wish I was, but I'm not. But if you can get to that place where you start to accept the good things about yourself, then you can start liking yourself and you can start loving yourself. And then a lot of this self-sabotage and self-abandonment will go away. Because here's the thing, guys, you can't really abandon yourselves because you can't run away from who you are. You're still always you and you're still always there. It doesn't matter where you put your head down at night, whether you're in Tahiti, whether you're in Connecticut, whether you're in California, whether you're in Sweden or Italy, you're still you. You're still going to have the same thoughts until you change your thoughts about yourself and start liking yourself and realizing the patterns of where you're abandoning yourself and how it's coming up for you, and change that narrative in your head. That's when things happen. That's when you shift and make this pivot, allowing you to bloom like the rose that you are, right? So it's all about you taking a look at yourself and saying, you know what? I have a lot to work with here. I'm not perfect, but I have a lot to work with. Take a look at where you've been abandoning yourself over the last couple of years and try and understand how it came about, because it's going to be subconscious. And if you want to be successful and you want to be happy, you've got to take the time to go within. All the answers are within, they're telling me. A lot of you look outside of yourselves. I'm the same way. I'm a researcher. I love to look outside. I love to learn. But sometimes you have to stop and look within and say, where have I screwed this up? Where are the patterns? Because I guarantee you they'll be there. Let's see what the animals have to say for us. I have been noticing over the last couple of days how much Spirit has been saying to me, this is all just a lesson and a test for you. To move up to your next level, you need to trust. You have a choice. You can either go towards faith or go towards fear. I've been going towards fear for a very long time. I know fear very, very well. I know the landscape extremely well because that's what I was used to. I ran off fear. It caused me anxiety, caused me depression, caused me unhappiness, unstable relationships caused me to just feel terrible about myself. On the outside, I look good. I got it all going on. Everything's good in here. On the inside, when the door closes, not so much. The card that came up for me today, I want you to start noticing too, and start like taking note of it. Like just write things down. The opportunities that you have. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, do you go nuts and, the finger? And yeah, sometimes I do that. I really do. I'm aggressive. I'll admit it. I admit that. But I'm trying to learn. Just try to understand where things are trying to take you off balance. If you're trying to be in that state of flow, which is everything comes to me, and I truly am a good person, and I like what I do, and I know I'm on the right path, I'm using my gifts, I'm in alignment, you're sending that to the universe goes, oh, you're doing so well. Alignment, your soul purpose, let's send you more of it. Let's send you more synchronicities. That's how it works. And then all of a sudden, you're meeting people that normally this stuff would never happen. You're like, how is this happening? But you changed on the inside. That's the difference. That's the spark. You have to be, it's like a match. You're the spark. But to get the match to light, you have to be dry. You can't be wet. You have to be, everything has to be in alignment. So notice where you're going towards faith or fear. And if you start to get fearful and you start to get upset about something, try to pull yourself back quickly. And I say, okay, wait, is this fear or faith? I'm leaning towards fear. I got to change that and let's lean towards faith. And ultimately things will change quickly for you. And I mean quickly. But this morning I was feeling a little bit like, and Buffalo Spirit came out and it says, the abundant universe will provide. This is especially around money because a lot of you self abandonment is around money. Your lack thereof, your need to spend, your need to show a lavish lifestyle that is beyond you, but it's just that you want it so bad or you feel that's where you belong. I get it. That was me for so long. Until I realized I can't live on credit cards and they're just making so much money off me. This is all about abundance. Being abundant is not always about money. It's about joy and gratitude and love. And you have the people in your life that make you happy. And you have the career that you love, that you would do every day. You're using your gifts. You're in alignment. It's your sole purpose. It's what you're here to do. It makes you happy, right? Everything, the universe has everything for you, but you have to recognize that it's there and you have to reach out and get it and take the necessary steps. And you have to retrieve it and you have to own it. But the choice is yours. Do you want to live in abundance or lack? And that directly comes to, do I choose faith or fear? Do I choose that spirit has this and is going to provide for me? Or do I choose that I can only control myself, but the world's a crazy place and I don't have this, and I don't have that, and it's never going to work out for me? What do you think? There's so much abundance everywhere. Choose faith. Choose abundance. Oh, wow. And then bat spirit came up. Bat spirit. I've never had bat spirit. It's a bat. If you're listening to me, it's a bat, obviously hanging upside down, but it's got its eyes open. And one wing is open. And it's also got a little drawing on its head, like a little, like stars on its head, like a little crown. It's really cute. And it says, and it's 5. 5's my lucky number, you guys. 5. And it says, a rebirth is assured. Wow. Again, if you stop abandoning yourself, I have an idea. Why don't you abandon all the old thoughts that don't serve you? Why don't you abandon those? Why don't you abandon what's coming up for you, which is fear? Like, I can't do this. I'm too old. I don't have the money, right? I'm not ready. All that. Why don't you abandon that shit and start taking up The world is an amazing place and I have more than enough. I have a rebirth here and everything's going to go my way. Hawk Spirit came out and wanted to play. Hawk's my totem, as you guys may or may not know, my animal totem. This hawk says, let spirit be your guide. I'm not going to get preachy on you guys. Listen, I want to tell you something. I believe in God. You may believe in spirit, the universe, your higher self. You may be Lord Shiva. You may be Jewish. It doesn't matter, because whatever works for you works for you. I'm not here to judge you, or I'm not here to talk about faith, but I am here to talk about spirit be your guide. There is an infinite being, many of them, that are so much wiser than we are, so much older than we are, and all they want to do is help us. And as I always tell you guys in these videos, if you haven't seen any of my videos, your ancestors are here. Your spirit guides are here. Your animal spirit guides are here. Your archangels are here, but they can only help you if you ask them for help. So when I call in Archangel Michael, please be with me now. I give you permission to help me, to show me, to guide me, right? These guys are like your power pack to success, your power pack to happiness, because they will show you what it is that you need to change within yourself. And these do not have to be big changes. Subtle shifts from, oh, I abandoned myself. I didn't even know I did that. Oh, wait, let me look at how I've been doing that. Yeah, I see a pattern here. If you see that, then you can stop doing it. You can break the pattern and you can move away from fear and into faith. And spirit and all your guides will help you. Badger spirit. Wow, Badger spirit came up. Badger spirit's super cool. Badger spirit, it's a badger and it's got a bunch of a feather, like a hawk's feather. And then it's got lots of flowers. And get this, it says, be fearless and bold. This goes along with abundance from the buffalo spirit, I think. The abundant universe will provide. Be fearless and bold. Those two go together, because you can want to do lots of changes and have lots of changes in your life, but the only way is if you take action. Because we can sit here all day and talk, and that's awesome, but honestly, you're going to have to at some point take action. Aligned action is best, but take action. You're going to have to get off your seat and go start doing stuff. Go after what you want. The last one we got is eagle spirit. Wow, eagle spirit too. Another one, crown on its head, part of my hawk totem family. And it says spirit. Wow, I can't make this up. Spirit has your back. Guys, spirit has your back. Spirit has your back, so don't be afraid to step out. Let spirit be your guide, okay? Hawk spirit very much wants to help you, doesn't want to see you suffer, right? Badger spirit, be fearless and bold, take big steps, take action, go outside of your box. Anything outside of your comfort zone is where the good stuff is. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide for you. There's always enough, more than enough. There's more than enough money. There's more than enough happiness. There's more than enough connections. And there's more than enough ways for you to have what you want out of life, to be who you want to be, make the impact you want to make. And then a rebirth is assured. If you do all these things, a rebirth is assured. Awesome. See, I can't make this up, and it all flows together. And for the universe, okay, so I got from the fixed stars, Elsa Fafage, it's Tail of the Swan, and it shows a beautiful swan with the moon. Actually, it's the moon of this. It looks like the sun in back of it, and it says your actions are manifesting. Law of attraction, bring to fruition. Whatever you think about expands. Choose your thoughts wisely. Your ancestors are telling me to let you know that some of you had very stout ancestors. When I say stout, I mean very cold. If you weren't like them, not good. A lot of you were not understood by your family because you're so empathic, because you're so intuitive, because you're different. And although they may have loved you, they didn't know what to do with you. That's me. I'll raise my hand for that one. That doesn't mean that you can't bring to fruition what you want to happen with your life. If you make bold moves, your rebirth is assured, right? So let spirit help you, call in your guides. Your actions are manifesting. What did I say? You have to take bold action. Badger spirit, you have to be fearless and bold. And then the swan says, bring to fruition. Under the fixed stars, I got Alcade, and it's tail of the big bear, and it shows a big, beautiful bear head with stars underneath it. And it says, master the art of letting go. Use inner strength to remain silent. What? See, what did I say? I said all this, and now it's just confirming what I said. It's insane. But thank you, dear God. Thank you, archangels. Thank you, guides, because it shows me that I'm on point and I'm getting all the right stuff for you guys tonight. Master the art of letting go. Use inner strength to remain silent. Animals, I can tell you guys this. Animals don't carry stuff like humans do, especially horses. They remember, but they don't carry it with them to influence them the next day, week, month. Like sometimes humans will go like, say something happened at a job. Well, hold on to that crap for like years. You know what happened in 1999? I was at this job and it really sucked and I got fired and it really affected me and I haven't been able to get through it. What? Dude, move on. Or to anybody out there who's listening to me right now or watching me who's been through a bad breakup. Okay, this is for the dudes. A lot of dudes, a lot of women can do this, move through this easier than men. I have found that a lot of guys, if they've been through a breakup that happened in 1999 or so long ago, they still are not over it. They're still carrying around the trauma. You gotta let this stuff go, guys, because it's only hurting your soul. It's like carrying around a ball and chain. You gotta let it go. Everybody's been hurt. Just saying. I'm not belittling it, but to be a whole human again and be happy again, you've got to let that stuff go and stop taking it in and holding on to it. Let it go through you. Move it out. Shift it out. Fixed stars again. I got Nunki, Nunki, star of the sea, and this is beautiful. And it says letting go of the past again. What? Success comes with a price. Holy shit. Both of these fixed stars I didn't look at. So they both say, master the art of letting go. And this one says, letting go of the past. And then it says, success comes with a price. The price of success can be knowing that you think you could have had it sooner, but I'm here to tell you, you couldn't have. That you self-sabotage yourself for a very long time. Yes, you did. You probably did. I did too. Welcome to the club. Let's be in it together. But it doesn't matter because it's never too late. You may have lost someone along the way that you wish you hadn't lost. Especially if they're a twin flame. But this is a perfect opportunity for you to love yourself more, which goes back to if you abandoned somebody or you abandoned a situation or you abandoned yourself, you gave up on yourself, which caused you anxiety and depression and unhappiness, as it would. It came with a price, but also came with good stuff. From the astrology planets, we got Earth, beautiful Earth, and it says abundance, foundation, grounded, nurturing, mother, fertility. This is the Earth. Abundance, foundation. What did I say about a strong foundation? The buffalo, the abundant universe will provide. I was saying to you guys, you got to have a strong foundation, right? I read it in the beginning. I said, when the foundation is strong, nothing can harm or take it down. This is without any other help or interference, meaning you and you alone are the foundation. When you are strong, you can see clearly and make good decisions. You are finally ready to step into all of what and who you are. That's the first thing I read, and these cards confirm it. Yes, I love it when that happens. Confirmation for me. Another fixed star you got was Alwell. Can't say this. Alwaid. Alwaid. Who is to be destroyed? And it says bold, cruel violence, heartless lies, adultery, loss of property, criminal. This is what happens when you do not follow what I'm asking you to do. Yes, you can make bold moves, but when you're cruel, when you're violent, when you're heartless, when you lie, when there's a loss of property, then there's criminal. There's a lot of bad things. You're going down a dark path of fear. There's a lot of things that can happen here that you don't want in your life. Whereas on the faith side, none of this exists. Stay positive, stay in the faith side, stay in the light. The fixed stars, I got Betelgeuse. It's the red supergiant, and it says connects to divine love, warmth of heart, soul's purpose is joy. This is radiating love, happiness, joy, as prosperity, abundance, away from depression, anxiety, fear, anger, abandonment. Strive to move into love, into gratitude. That's where the abundance is. That's where the happiness is. And all this other stuff just goes away. And last but not least, I got for the fixed stars, Procyon, little dog star. And it's a beautiful dog looking up at the stars. Looks like the moon. It says patience and good judgment leads to success and victories. So guys, I hope this helped you. I really want to encourage you to move towards faith over fear, to look at all the ways that you have abandoned yourself in the past, self-sabotage. Try to see where you've done it consistently and see if you can see the pattern. Because if you can see how it happened and how your mind worked, on something, then you can find out when it's going to happen again and derail it. And most of all, lean in towards faith and love and hope and gratitude, and let all of the anger and frustration and depression and anxiety, that's the old stuff. Let that stuff go away. Abandon that crap, right? And move to the happy stuff. All right, guys. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading for yourself or someone that you know, there's a link below. If you'd like a reading for your animal, there's a link below. If you want to donate to me or to the channel, link below and donations. And also don't forget to check out the 4-week course, because that starts shortly. And I have so many good things to help you with learning what your gifts are, working with them, leveraging them, showing them to the world, and really being the successful, amazing person that you are. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you loved this. Let me know in the comments. I'll respond as always. Take care. Thanks.